Good evening. My name is Amanda Strong, and I'm very honored to be here this evening. I was very fortunate to have the very difficult but amazing role of helping this year with the Canadian film programming for both shorts and features, with a focus on helping increase the amount of Indigenous films there are in the festival. So thank you to VIFF. We have 7 Indigenous feature films, 10 Indigenous short films, all directed by Indigenous filmmakers, and a special showcase for highlighting Indigenous talent with another 7 short films. So I'm very, very happy with that this year. And I also have a very amazing honor tonight to introduce a very special friend, mentor, and amazing powerhouse filmmaker, Marie Clements.
We had the pleasure and honor of having Gary Gwich'in with us in Clements, and he sang us on his land so that we could tell the story on his land. And I'm very happy that he's here with us tonight. So he is a visionary, he's a visionary wordsmith. Here's Gary. Thank you.
Thank you, Marie. I'm very humbled to be able to sing another song for my very dear friend Marie in celebration of the premiere of her movie Red Snow. And this song too is a celebration for all of the crew and everyone that was on this journey with Marie. But first and foremost, this is for you, Marie. And I must recognize the territory also that I'm in, the Coast Salish territory, as I am a visitor here from the interior.
My name is and I played the role of Katira.
That's and I play the role of Asana. Hi, I'm Michelle Rosling and I play the role of Tahir.
Hi, I'm Shaheen Karim and I play the role of Aman.
Asivak Koostachin, I played the role of Dylan.
So I'm going to start with Marie. Can you tell us a little bit about where the story or the origin of this came from, and kind of how this journey came into a film?
I guess around 2009 or 2010 maybe, I was looking at a photo essay of the war in Afghanistan, and I was looking at the pictures and the faces of the people there, and I felt, was kind of caught with the feeling that in certain angles they looked like Indigenous people from Canada, from the Americas. And just started kind of pursuing that idea and looking at what 2 Indigenous peoples from 2 very different countries have gone through and how they've survived. despite all odds, and that's where it started coming from.
Thank you so much for sharing. At this time, does anyone from the audience have any questions for anyone here on stage? Over there.
Where were the last scenes filmed, actually filmed?
The question is, where were the last scenes filmed?
They were filmed in Kamloops, and all of our Afghanistan scenes were filmed in that area, in Ashland, Indian Band, Kamloops, and Cache Creek. And Bashir, who was our translator and cultural advisor, came into our production offices and saw all these pictures of our locations, and I'll always remember because he said, "Oh, are you using these as reference? Because these are all from Afghanistan, right?" And I said, "No, they're from the interior." So we were onto something, so very, very lucky that way.
This is a question for Shafin. Having been raised in Vancouver, here, how did you prepare for your role?
How did I what?
How did you prepare for your role?
How did I prepare for my role? Oh my goodness. There was a lot of language to learn. So I spent many hours listening to the language and trying to give it truth, because it was so new. So far as Aman he's sort of the other. Yeah, he doesn't really fit in here and he doesn't fit in there, and so I was trying to find ways to survive, and I just tried to dig within myself and find, where I have felt the other.
So I want to say, proud of you, Asivak. That was all. Thank you, everybody. You did such a phenomenal job. I was like tearing up. Beautiful work. Jimmy Gwich'in.
The mic is on. Anyhow, to Marie, I remember your play, A Natural and Accidental Woman and Burning Vision, and I think it was my first glimpse. It blasted open my idea of what Canada is and was, and I still remember that. That's over 20 years ago. So thank you for your vision and your creativity, and I hope you can keep going.
Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm Ida. I'm from Afghanistan. It was very powerful, and I wanted to come. I took such a long way to come, but I really want to be here and just watch this. And I'm so proud of what you guys did, and it's like so amazing, and with so much reality that, yeah. But I just wanted to know, like, how did you guys, what was the role that you guys played in distinguishing the difference between the Taliban and Islam? Like, because obviously it's not the same, and like what they do is obviously the opposite of everything that's. But like for people that don't know anything about Islam and watches this, they might think like, oh, okay, like it's like they're basically confirming, okay, like what the media says and what they say is okay, it's the same. But how do you guys like help the audience understand like that that's not the reality, and that's just that is the reality, but not the reality that represents Islam. So I just wanted to know that. But yeah, thank you. Great job.
Ida John, hi, thank you for coming. Actually, my father, Bashir Jamalzada, was the cultural and religious and language advisor in the movie, and there were parts in the movie where it was made very clear that Aman was a teacher, and at one point when Ramiz said, the Taliban are the teachers now. So there was a huge difference between Aman, who is a regular Afghan civilian, versus these Taliban who were just, very vicious with their actions. And so I think that differentiated between, an Afghan Muslim educated man who was just trying to be there for his family versus the Taliban who were just causing chaos. I think that pretty much sums it up.
I also like to add to that we see Aman and we see the family also praying. So that's also telling us that they were all Muslims. They were just different branches of different ideas that they had all had differently. But they were all, like everybody's sharing the same religion.
Hi, my name is Barbara. I wanted to say congratulations to everyone on stage and to your crew who is not here and everyone who made up the team for this wonderful, wonderful film. You completely transported us. Because I've never been to Afghanistan, and I thought, that looks like Kamloops, but it really did appear as if we were in another part of the world. But what I also loved is the amount of time that your writing took for all of the characters to get to know one another. Because at the beginning, all of these decisions were being made, life and death, killing one another, and then transporting everyone across this terrain and allowing everyone to learn everybody's story. Then, as a result, more patience, getting to know one another, and it's another example of the importance of different voices, all voices, being represented, having stories told that represent us, represent others, so we get to know our neighbors, we get to know each other, and we get to know the world. So congratulations to all of you, and thank you very much.
First of all, thank you so much for a very beautiful and moving film. You beautifully wove together two very prominent cultural influences. And it occurred to me a few minutes ago, and I have been to Afghanistan, it occurred to me a few minutes ago as we were seated here, Afghans are voting for a presidential leader. And my plea to everyone here is that you remember that unfortunately much of what we saw in the film is still the reality for many Afghans and a growing number of Afghans today. And unfortunately on the global level, Afghanistan is falling out of prominence, and sadly the plight of Afghans, male and female, but particularly females and girls, young and old, are being forgotten. So thank you for this work. I think this helps illuminate the country and the culture and the struggles of the people, and hopefully that keeps it alive more so in the mainstream media and in the eyes of people everywhere. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for recognizing that, and all we can do really is bring as much awareness as possible, and this movie really does do that. So thank you, Marie, and thank you for recognizing that.
Hi. This is slightly lighter, so I hope that's okay. But I just, obviously, like everyone, I think was really moved by this movie. It was really impressive, and I just wanted to know, I guess, for Marie, for writing it, and also for the cast, you dealt with some really heavy material, and then you also had really touchingly funny and charming and really kind of real moments throughout it as well, so I just wanted to know how that was for you, I guess, writing and acting, kind of managing the contrast there.
Maybe I'll let let the actors speak to that. They want to, look at them. Asivak wants to say something. Look at him.
Every single day was extraordinary, truly, while making this film. The sets, the places we went, you saw how beautiful it was. Every single day was extraordinary. And performing these scenes with the cast and Marie, you know, the script led us, but the situations we were in, you know, kind of brought us together, and those authentic things kind of popped up, and whether they be funny or serious or whatever they may be. But yeah, just being there, doing it with this incredible group of people, really brought up what you saw, and I don't know what else to say about that. It was really in the moment. We were really there, and we felt it. And to me, that's extremely important as an actor. So I'm really grateful that we were all there together. So we got
I'd like to add really quickly to that. It was my first starring role, and I haven't had too much experience in acting, but there were certain parts, where I was telling him what was, what happened to Katira's mom and how she died, and me being from Afghanistan and a refugee and coming here, I realized how lucky I was that I still had both of my parents and my entire family, and everyone was okay. And so it took me hours and hours after that scene, that we shot that scene, until the next day. Actually, I was very emotional, and I didn't realize there were a couple of moments that I became so emotional after that scene, because you kind of become a part of it, and you realize the intensity of those scenes. So I just wanted to share that. And the burqa, Marie just reminded me of a very important part where she asked if we had a burqa, and I went to my mom. I said, well, we can't find a burqa that kind of looks used. And she goes, well, I have the burqa that I used when we escaped Afghanistan and went to Pakistan. So I got to wear the same burqa that my mom wore when we escaped.
It's an incredible script as well. I mean, she provided an incredible script to begin with, and I think we were all in awe with it, and we all wanted the role, of course. And then this was my first time seeing the film after we had shot it, and there was so much in the film that showed me what she wanted to say as an artist, for her platform. And so, this time as I watched it, I didn't realize when I was reading the script how voice is so important, how words is so important, how culture is so important, how language is so important, how all these themes, come together and bring us together. And so yeah, it was amazing, beautifully written.
The young boy, so I can't really remember your name. You were great on screen, very natural, and your character goes through such. What was your experience like? I mean, it was so much fun to watch you on screen. What was it like for you to be on set with these people?
It was very amazing. It was very fun. The best time, my best 1 month I've ever had of my life. Every place we went, every set was beautiful, but it was rough and everything. Yeah. But it was very fun. Learning a new language was very fun and everything, too.
How old are you?
I'm 11.
Is this your first movie?
It's my first movie that I'm like one of the main roles in.
Congratulations.
Was it easy for you to understand? To your left. To here. Hi. Was it easy for you to understand some of the heavier concepts that were occurring in the film?
It was a little hard, but I got it down because before the whole movie, when I got the script, I read the whole script, even if it wasn't my role.
Good job. Yes, that's important. Do you feel like a different man now than a year ago?
Yeah.
Something that I wanted to just say thank you for is that we often see and hear stories of people of color in relation to Europeans or white North Americans, and it's rare that we see different peoples of color stories being shared as we're interacting with each other, learning from each other's cultures, and it was an absolute delight, as the whole entire film was an absolute delight, but just seeing that just brought so much joy to me, so I want to say thank you to all of you for that.
To Marie, I just wanted to say that I felt that it was really incredible to experience the perspective of people in those situations, because I think it was my first time witnessing a film where there weren't superhero soldiers and there weren't superhero bad guys. They were all very human. It was people. And I think it would, for me, it was more important to see this film than many other films that I've seen so far in my life, because it felt like I was experiencing real people's lives, put in the situations that they were experiencing for the first time as well, and learning how to experience them. And the video games, that perspective of kind of not having possibly anything to lose by death, that was so vibrantly presented in this film. That was almost annihilating to conceptualize. I'm really grateful for this story and for having witnessed it, so thank you. Thank you.
Time for one more question. One more. Do you have a mic for?
Any plans for a sequel?
Yeah, it's no two, right?
Right, we can squeeze one more.
Okay, well, this is a playful one. So, happen to know that we shot in minus 36 degrees Celsius in the Northwest Territories, and that presented some challenges. And then we shot in plus 36 degrees Celsius in Kamloops. If anyone wants to touch on which they would prefer, or any comedic moments, challenges that happened between those two climate differences. I think some people might remember some funny stories. Go, Ishan.
So we were going. So we were on set, and then we were going to go shopping or something, and then it was getting so cold that Mushna had to leave in a taxi and go to the hotel room.
I almost fainted, and I didn't know what was happening to me, so they quickly brought a taxi and threw me in there. Like, take her, she can't handle it. He still makes fun of me.
I think she wore heels in Yellowknife. And March at minus 36 or something.
Like, you know, just they were boots.
I know why Inuit people kiss with their eyelashes. when you're up there after maybe 5 minutes, you can't feel your face. I remember before the scene, when I right at the end there, I had to do this so I could remember where my lips are. I really did. That was pretty funny.
Any other last stories from the past? From weather? Well, I wanted to thank everyone for coming out tonight and sharing this special